would a Grammy-winning gospel singer, famous for harmonies, not hedonism, suddenly pop up in the most salacious hip-hop trial of the decade? Michelle Williams' name slid onto the jury's celebrity list like a needle scratch in the middle of a church hymn, and the courtroom fell silent. Fans gasped, pundits scrambled, and even seasoned reporters admitted they were blindsided. If Michelle is involved, what did she see, hear, or endure that might shake Sean Diddy Combs' defense to the core? Keep that question in the back of your mind as we unravel a case already boiling with A-list intrigue.
From day one, the judge warned prospective jurors they would have to discuss matters of an intimate nature. Translation: you'll hear stories of freak-off party and a 2016 hotel hallway beatdown that prosecutors insist shows Combs' true colours. When the tape of Diddy kicking Cassie rolled, several would-be jurors literally stood up and walked out. Others admitted they'd already formed opinions thanks to non-stop social media reels. That was only the overt drama. Behind the bench, lawyers were tallying an eye-watering list of potential witnesses. Kanye West? Sure, their jailhouse pep talk went public. Mike Myers? Apparently a 2 decades-old Austin Powers gag somehow made the cut. Lauren London, Britney Spears, Robert Downey Jr. Names spilled out faster than anyone could fact-check. Reporters started calling it Hollywood Squares Court Edition. You can almost picture it. A poised gospel advocate in pastel suits, suddenly grouped with rappers, models, and reality stars known for wild nightlife. No viral photos link Michelle and Diddy. No public collaborations, no tabloid beef. Even The Root called her the only person seemingly unaccounted for. Speculation ignited instantly. Some whispered she'd been subpoenaed, others said she volunteered. A few cynics joked it must be a typo, but the judge confirmed her name, spelled correctly, no mistake. The internet did what it does best, theorized at light speed. Was Michelle a secret eyewitness, a confidant to someone closer to the fire, or simply collateral damage in Diddy's sprawling social circle? If Destiny's Child gave the world hits, it also forged a sisterhood Beyoncé has called unbreakable. Private sources claim Queen Bee leaned heavily on Michelle during Jay-Z's recent legal nightmare. An anonymous someone alleging SA when he was 13. Bee was devastated and horrified, insiders said, and Michelle prayed with her daily. Why does that matter here? Because multiple lawsuits against Diddy, particularly Cassie Ventura's, hinted Beyoncé and Jay-Z witnessed at least one freak-off gone wrong. Cassie's original filing was reportedly 60 pages, before edits trimmed it to 35, leaving a black hole of redacted anecdotes. If Jay-Z or Beyoncé pop up in court, their most trusted spiritual friend might be looped in as well, whether to corroborate timelines, confirm state of mind, or keep certain conversations privileged under subpoena. Michelle Williams isn't just a former bandmate, she's Beyoncé's go-to prayer partner. When Jay-Z was slapped with a civil A complaint late 2024, insiders say Bey was devastated and horrified, spending nights on the phone with Michelle, who prayed with her every day and kept her grounded in scripture. That emotional lifeline matters because prosecutors love paper trails of frantic calls and texts made right after an alleged crime, especially if they involve the 2 biggest names in music. Remember Cassie's lawsuit? Court filings show it hit the docket at 35 pages, but entertainment law sleuths found references to an earlier 60-page draft with whole sections black-lined before filing. Rumil says some of those deleted paragraphs involve power couples at Diddy's private soirees, Q, Beyoncé and Jay. If so, Michelle's knowledge could revive redacted stories the jury has never heard. Jay-Z and Diddy are frenemies who swap hats, co-hosting NBA All-Star bashes. Their circles overlap at charity galas, Grammys after-parties, even Hampton white parties. Every shared appearance widens the window for Michelle to have crossed paths with Diddy, maybe once, maybe a dozen times, without the public noticing. The defense wants to paint those encounters as harmless networking. The prosecution wants to frame them as proof Diddy flaunted his alleged enterprise in front of America's royalty. Beyoncé's global fame makes her testimony radioactive. Jurors might see superstardom, not truth. Michelle, however, feels relatable. The choir kid who battled depression. The friend who answers 2 a.m. calls. If she says, Bey told me she saw X, the jury hears sincerity, not spin. That alone could nudge a deadlocked panel towards consensus. Exactly why both legal teams are strategizing around her every syllable. Remember, prosecutors allege Diddy of orchestrating drug-fueled gatherings where consent blurred into coercion. Michelle is famously open about mental health struggles and boundaries. She once said she believes in honor and refuses to spill friends' secrets. Imagine her at a lavish party, spotting something that didn't feel right, filing it away, choosing silence until a subpoena arrives. Fans point to Michelle's quiet seasons between albums, her retreats from public life, and ask, Was she recovering from something she saw? That's speculation, but it's spreading. Because prosecutors hinted they have pages of names and places the public hasn't seen. If Michelle lands in the witness box, it could be to label a date, a location, a single act that corroborates another survivor's timeline. One domino that knocks down a mansion. Kanye, Ye West already sparked headlines when a jail call surfaced. Diddy hyping Ye to get back to smiling and promising innocence. Prosecutors might frame that as witness tampering or simple morale boosting, but it proves the men talk, even behind bars. Mike Myers' cameo, it traces to a cheeky Austin Powers Goldmember bit, where Dr. Evil flashes an E. Diddy tattoo. Seems harmless until you learn defendants sometimes claim satire normalizes their brand of excess. Michael B. Jordan, who Cassie once flirted with, allegedly angering Diddy. Kid Cudi, whose car exploded after rumors of Cassie texting him. And Lauren London, tied through mutual party circuits. Each cameo layers pressure. If these stars take the stand, jurors will weigh their credibility against Diddy's empire. Dawn Richard claims Diddy hurled chairs and forced marathon rehearsals. Aubrey O'Day says he preyed on young artists and paid off enablers. Laurianne Gibson alleges on-set threats with studio furniture. Then there's Harve Pierre, the ex-Bad Boy president, accusing a Jane Doe filing of arranging a flight that allegedly ended in. These stories, stacked like Tinder, turn Michelle's involvement from curiosity to critical. Each new voice that affirms a pattern of manipulation inches prosecutors closer to proving something is off. Easier to nail than individual SA counts because it requires showing ongoing criminal enterprise, not one isolated crime. She possesses personal communications with Beyoncé about Diddy parties, giving prosecutors a peek into witness tampering or aftermath conversations. She attended an event, maybe only once, where she saw or heard something that lines up with Cassie's timeline. Defense calls her to paint Diddy as a benevolent mentor, counterbalancing darker testimony. Trials hinge on credibility. When a soft-spoken Midwestern singer who once said, "I honor my friend's heart," steps up, jurors tend to listen. If Michelle Williams corroborates even a fragment of the prosecution's storyline, or if she withholds under oath and appears evasive, the verdict could swing. And that leaves you with one burning question. What would it take to pull someone as private as Michelle onto the public stage of America's biggest celebrity trial? Keep your eyes on the docket, because if her testimony hits like many expect, the shockwaves won't stop at the courtroom door. They'll reverberate through music, fashion, and every red carpet where stars pretend nothing is wrong.